Are you struggling with menopause symptoms, hot flushes, night sweats, insomnia, loss of libido, increased abdominal fat, weight gain, mood swings, anxiety and depression? If so, you don't need to go it alone. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share some quick wins to help you overcome the root cause of your symptoms naturally. I'm also going to give you the heads up about what this transition is really about. Before I begin, let me introduce myself. My name's Anaya Castell. I've been a therapist, mentor and course facilitator for 22 years. I work predominantly with women who want to take a holistic approach to their menopause. I'm 5 years post-menopause and I'm passionate about reframing menopause as a passage to power and personal awakening. I created the popular e-resource, the Menopause series, as a guide to empower women to take control of their health and well-being during this transition. So what is the Menopause series? It's a 5-episode e-course that supports you to take a holistic approach, 10 lessons helping you navigate the map for this rite of passage. Lesson 1 addresses physical symptoms via testing, supplements, diet and detox solutions. And Lesson 2 provides powerful experiential exercises to facilitate self-connection, healing, creativity and spiritual transformation. Here's a quick look at the lesson themes. So we look at the low thyroid menopause connection and how to aspire to authentic communication. We look at the autoimmune menopause connection and how to live a life that reflects your personal values. We look at the high blood sugar menopause connection and feminine empowerment. And we look at the estrogen dominance menopause connection and menopause relating. And finally, we look at the high cortisol menopause connection and how to thrive rather than just survive in life. Now I'd like to share a bit about my personal menopause journey and how I came to be offering this work. 5 years ago, when I first reached postmenopause, I worked from home, supporting adults of all ages to reach their potential, heal from disease, and connect more deeply with themselves and others. I did this through mentoring, somatic counselling, naturopathic protocols that included diet, detox, nutrition, bodywork and gentle exercise. I just started a promising new relationship with a wonderful man. And I lived in a pretty English village, in a small cottage with a large garden that was filled with apple trees and surrounded by a picket fence. 3 years post-menopause and I still hadn't engaged with my menopause journey. It was business as usual as far as I was concerned. But it was becoming harder and harder to keep my head above water. I felt like I was drowning, and suddenly everything speeded up, and my life began to spin out of control. I lost my health and I couldn't work, so I had to move out of my home, and my relationship ended. My life resembled a car crash, and I knew that it was because I hadn't listened to my inner call. My thyroid had become dangerously hyperactive and my body had rejected the emergency drugs that the hospital had given me. I really didn't want to be injected with radioactive iodine. I consulted an Ayurvedic doctor and through Ayurvedic medicine and meditation, I was able to rebalance myself without having to resort to further pharmaceuticals or thyroid hormones. It became clear to me that mind, body and soul need to be in harmony. I discovered that female hormones are like a symphony. The pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, adrenals and ovaries create our song. If one of our endocrine glands is out of balance, it's going to send a wobble through the whole system. The hormonal imbalances that are often overlooked, which can cause early menopause or make otherwise non-existent or mild symptoms worse, include low thyroid, high insulin, high cortisol and low progesterone. And standard tests for these often come back in the normal or borderline ranges. And these hormonal imbalances are triggered by environmental factors that we have some control over. And these are the Western diet overloaded with carbs, sugar and alcohol, water, food, personal and household products containing endocrine disruptors, unabated stress over long periods, overexposure to Wi-Fi and DMF, and micronutrient deficiencies. The Menopause series offers a way to track your symptoms back to the relevant hormonal imbalance. It suggests what tests to get done, where to get tested, what levels to look for, and how to redress any imbalance naturally. An example is a low or borderline thyroid, often referred to as subclinical hypothyroidism. It's very common in women of menopause age and is often confused with menopause because many symptoms are the same. Diet during the menopause lays the foundation for a healthy and vital second chapter. A few menopause diet tips include eating strong sources of complete proteins, including good ratios of heart-healthy fats, a variety of organic, fresh fruit and vegetables, reducing carbs, sugar, alcohol and caffeine, eating whole foods rather than processed foods, and ditching low-fat diet products and free-from ranges. The Menopause series covers diet in detail. Many women have significant micronutrient deficiencies by the time they reach menopause. Some essential menopause nutrition includes a good food-based multivitamin and mineral formula, magnesium, vitamin D and K, omega-3 that includes EPA and DHA, red clover, black cohosh and ashwagandha, and a good multi-strain probiotic containing at least 30 billion CFU. Supplements are covered in detail in the Menopause series. Menopause requires us to dig a bit deeper than just addressing the physical symptoms. It's an inner calling that needs to be heard, a rite of passage that marks the transition from one phase of life to another. It requires us to shed our old skin, and this means letting go of unhealthy lifestyle choices, toxic relationships, stressful jobs, and unresolved psycho-emotional issues. It's helpful to create some time for yourself after years of taking care of others. Menopause is not the beginning of the end, but rather it provides the opportunity for a midlife rebirth. By identifying your unique hormonal wobble, you can address the root cause naturally and clear symptoms without the risk of horrible side effects. This means you're in a much better place to take advantage of the opportunity this transition presents. A few of the exercises I've included to support your midlife rebirth include how to connect to your own inner guidance, and how to release long-held fears, how to transform negative thinking, and how to create a life that reflects your personal values, how to optimize your personal strength use, and how to sync with your natural cycle, how to deepen your connection with your partner, and how to access the gifts available from your ancestors. Some tips for a smooth menopause include: find the root cause of your symptoms and redress the balance holistically. Don't just assume that it's estrogen deficiency. Create some space for yourself in your creative journey and start to focus on your own needs rather than solely the needs of others. Sync with the lunar cycle and do your emotional work each month, and give your partner the heads up about how to support you. This is a moment to pause, evaluate, and reinvent yourself. The Menopause series is your guide for a holistic approach. Join hundreds of thousands of women globally who are opting for their menopause to be a passage to power and personal awakening. It's a very exciting time to begin this transition. Join us now and receive a £100 discount. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to welcome you on board.